Hi, Alex Recaps here. Today I am going to explain a movie called Coming to America. At the beginning of the film we see a luxurious palace with multiple attendants. Sisters Tanisha, Oma and Meeka wake up their parents. Today's special day, 30 years of Zamundu prosperity. People are having fun and celebrating after Prince of Kim, the heir to the throne, together with his daughters practices martial arts skills. The girls has always defeated him. An advisor named Semmi rise and reports that his father is calling the prince, but they did not reach him because they are interrupted by soldiers from Nexdoria. General Izzi arrive and express condolences to Akeem about his father. Although he is still alive, General Izzi remembers how 30 years ago Akeem left his sister at the altar, that political marriage was supposed to unite the two countries, but he is ready to forget old grievances and offers to marry his son to Akeem's daughter. However, the prince does not like this idea. There is an alternative. Akeem's son can marry Izzi's daughter too, but Akeem unfortunately does not have son. The general gloats over this and advises to think about a political marriage, otherwise the war will be inevitable. The king did not have long to live. The throne after Akeem will also have to be inherited by a man. The courtier said that he had a vision that Akeem actually had an illegitimate son. Semmi recalls how 30 years ago they were relaxing in a bar in America where they were looking for the perfect woman for Prince. However, the passions found were far from ideal, but then it didn't matter anymore. Akeem was a shaman in front of his father and he attacked Semmi, because of whom this happened. Seer painted a sketch of his vision. They are urgently need to bring the heir to Zamundu. King wants a spectacular funeral and wants it straight while he is still alive. A whole large-scale performance was played out with songs and dances. Morgan Freeman himself was the toastmaster. The king left this world with a smile on his face. The country plunged into mourning. Akeem's life is in danger. He ordered to prepare royal plane. They will return to America and find that bastard. Further events take us to the USA. The hair level Jones today turned 30 and he is looking for a job, but the interview was unsuccessful and he was refused. A royal delegation arrived in America. The place where it used to be cool bar is now hangout for pensioners. One of the men complained that he had a grandmother who used to be a grandson. The king explained the situation by showing a drawing of the alleged son. The men immediately recognized Level and told him where to look for him. The guy himself at that time was selling tickets. Akeem had to change into ordinary clothes so as not to attract attention. He directly told the guy that he is his father. Confused Level led him home where relatives were preparing to celebrate his birthday. Mary, the boy's mother, instantly remembered the man from the bar. Akeem offers his son the throne, but he said that he did not need handouts. In that moment, Semmi's suitcase spilled a huge amount of money in gold bars. This force labeled to change his mind. He will fly to Zamundu, but on one condition: his mother must go with him. Lisa, Akeem's wife, was furious when she learned about his illegitimate son. After all, her husband did not tell her anything in advance. Libel and Maria came and rushed the queen with hugs. Then Level was introduced to his sisters, and they were shocked by what was happening. Meanwhile, General Izzi was informed about the king's son. In the evening, a family dinner took place. During the conversation, it turned out that the guy in his life did not really do anything. Princess Meeka did not like what was happening because she dreamed of becoming a queen. Although a woman cannot rule Zamundu, the husband hopes to receive support from his wife. He admitted that he did not once leave to live all the throne, but such is the law. In the morning, guy was woken up by the servants. Laval was in a state of euphoria, believing that now the whole world belongs to him. 3 maids came in and offered the prince to wash him. Excited, he went to consult with his mother. She reassured him, assuring him that in the upper strata of society this is accepted. Mary herself also did not neglect the help of royal bathers. In the room, Guy found Miremba, the royal hairdresser. Guy has completely changed his image. It is time to introduce Libel and Maria to all. The courtiers, mother and son, are behaving very stupidly because they don't know how to communicate otherwise. General Izzi came supposedly to congratulate the king on the return of his son. He introduced his daughter Papono. Looking for a performance maker, remained indifferent. Level decided to join the dance, but at some point Papoto grabbed his neck. The general again proposes an arranged marriage, but the seer reminds that the heir firstly must pass the test. General gave them a deadline, 1 week. Meeka very disappointed, but king was adamant because the law says so. Meeka continued to educate and Label began to learn rules of etiquette and other disciplines. To become a prince, he needs to get the mustache. A resting lion. Level is horrified the prospect. In the evening, he complains to Miremba that this whole life is not for him. He believes that he will not justify the hopes of his great father. Marabi told him the legend of Zamundu about Prince of Kim who traveled the world to find his love, so he met Lisa, on which married Mirami advised him to be himself, and so he did. All the courtiers were shocked by his manners. Laval introduced his personal assistant to his father, Uncle Rome, who raised him as his own son. From now on, learning began to move easier. A royal wedding is planned. Meeka considers all this a circus and a disgrace to their country. She too continued her training while her brother and Uncle Rem teach to Kim Western manners. Remains the last task. You need get the mustache of a lion. Guy walks the predator from afar. Make a came and began to gloat on hiding that he was not welcome here. Then Lovell admitted that he had not been considered a person all his life. Grieving over the brother, she hinted that the test with the lion had nothing to do with courage. First turn is a test of the mind. Meeka began to help her brother in preparation. The day of testing has come. At first the lion showed no interest, but then he ran after the prey. Since the cage was smeared with cat food, the lion was distracted from hunting and Lovell was able to cut off his mustache. Akeem was proud of his son. There remains the last step on the path to the title of prince: ceremonial circumcision. Luckily all turned out to be a hoax. It was another test of courage. Lovell become a prince, but when they began to put a crown on his head he fainted. In the evenings, as usual, he talked with Marembu. They discussed movies stuff. Marembu admitted that she would like more freedom. She always dreamed of opening her own beauty salon, but in Zamunda woman could not have business. Lovell promised that if he becomes king he will change the situation for the better. They kiss. Thinking girl hastened to leave. She should not have done this because Lovell would soon marry the princess. The official coronation ceremony of Prince Label took place. Among the guests, of course, there was General Izzi and his daughter Popoto. Semmi and Uncle Roan, by the way, became friends. Lucia Maria also were getting along. Lovell tried to get to know Popoto better, and it immediately became clear that the girl intends to do everything to please her future husband because she is just a wife. Seeing my ramble, Lovell without hesitation came to her saying that he wanted to marry on her and not on Popoto. Lovell went to tell the news to his father, but instead overheard of their conversation with General Izzi. They talk about future profits and prosperity. The guy realized that he was just a pawn in their political games and decided that he would run away home with his mother, uncle, and bride. Soon Akin was informed about the escape of the heir who hijacked the royal plane. The general came up and reminded that the wedding was to take place tomorrow. In his bedroom, Akin was indignant because he had done so much for his son and he just ran away. Liza, being drunk, expressed her husband everything she thinks. Akin completely forgot about the eldest daughter who devoted her whole life to education, and she could not become a queen just because was born a woman. Lisa drove her husband out of the bedroom to put his thoughts in order. Akin was engaged in cleaning in a local eatery, complaining about life for the owner of the establishment. He suddenly realized that he always relied on the opinion of his father and did not remember his mother at all. Hakeem intended to fly to America to return his son, and Semmi remained in charge in the USA. The king learned that today Louisville and Marimba were going to get married. The future newlyweds, meanwhile, came to the church. Meeka tried to deceive the general, but the princess was taken prisoner. Thanks to her fighting skills she fought back the fighters, and then to her aid the sisters and Semmi came. Meeka met in a duel with the general, defeating him. Now she will dictate the terms. Akin burst into the church, but Label was not going to give up his decision. He said that he heard their conversation with the general and was not going to be a pawn in their intrigues. Akin realized that he should bless his son and let him be happy, but at the altars Marimba began to doubt that Lovell could not get married away from his family. Lisa woke up from a music that her husband arranged for her. He swore to his wife that from now on he would always reckon with her opinion. Soon people were presented the prince's new bride. Marimba father told his daughter that he would issue an appropriate decree and transfer the throne to her. General Izzi, by the way, is also set on friendly relations here. Movie ends. Thank you for watching and see you tomorrow at the same time.